From a trick that literally turns you invisible to a method that lets you put out fires, here are 20 Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 8 tips and tricks. Since Fortnite added the new symbiote mythics, these things can be helpful in a few good ways. But one of the most overpowered things I've seen players doing with them is snatching other players through their builds. So if you have this while you're fighting a player who's boxed up, just shoot it at their build, and you may snatch them through it. Look at this! It's so overpowered! But if your teammate gets eliminated from this, you could easily reboot without a problem. Now you don't have to go over and actually collect the reboot cards, because they made it to where you can just walk through them. Plus, Fortnite added way more time to them from 1.5 minutes to 4.5 minutes. Let's go epic! And if you ever have to reboot while in the sideways, just stand on top of the van and the monsters won't attack you. Then, speaking of things that attack you, to avoid getting attacked by boars, you now have the option to tame them. And they're also pretty easy to tame. If you're having trouble taming one, you could just throw a shield mushroom at it, and it's going to attack the mushroom instead of you. The boars also straight up drop shield mushrooms when eliminated now. I'm most likely going to use these boars to get myself some wins, but I might also use them to get some challenges done as well. Because now you can use animals and NPCs around the map to help you out with quests that usually require another player. I genuinely did my dance after damaging a player quest with the chicken, and it was way more accessible, not going to lie, because you usually don't have time to do anything after eliminating a player, especially when a player is third-partying you with fire. But there's a neat little trick you can use to put out fires while you're inside of a house or any other default structure built by Fortnite. To do this, all you have to do is break the floor, to have it be the bare ground. Then, you're chilling. But still, I am waiting on actual fire extinguishers, Fortnite. I mean, we all know fire shreds through our materials. And llamas are helpful and so annoying at the same time. But Fortnite has a few new ways to stun llamas this season. My personal favorite is harpooning them with the harpoon gun, since it pulls them toward you and stuns them at the same time. You could also pump them in the heads to stun them. Also, if you're one of the players who hasn't had the chance to use Dr. Sloan's Mythic Burst, she's located northwest of Dirty Docks, so I'd advise you to try it out before they nerf it. Because at the moment, I think it's pretty overpowered, and you can eliminate anyone in no time, no matter how good they are, using this. Then her guards have railguns if you're a fan of those. But at times, boss NPCs can be tough to fight. So to make things easier, you're going to want to get any vehicle on the map and crash into them from behind. Doing this will speed everything up since the NPCs most likely won't turn around and you won't have to worry about taking damage while fighting them. It works perfectly for me each time I fight one. Then do make sure you do it right so you won't have to hide from the NPC. But speaking of hiding, now you're able to drive vehicles underwater, kind of like a submarine. And this could be very useful if you're trying to hide from enemies or just meme around. But I know I'm going to do it when I have to go AFK. And the thing is, I don't think that's too helpful if you're trying to get eliminations, but if you head over to any of the slipstreams, there are a few spots where you can hide in them, and no one will be able to notice you. The good thing about this is, it isn't a glitch, so you don't have to worry about getting banned nor even punished at all for it. I mean, just how OP is this? And it's a good thing they added Shadow Stones back, since there are so many ways to rotate with them. If you use the Shadow Stone and Slipstream at the same time, it's literally going to be like flying across the map. Plus, whenever the effect wears off, you'll redeploy since you used the Slipstream. This might even be my main method of rotating now, to be honest. Then this trick isn't annoying, but if you want to go full sweat mode, this is for you. You're also able to phase through players' builds while in shadow mode. This is a nice little strategy if you're trying to get some quick and easy eliminations, and it works well most of the time no matter what your ping is. But if you want to get even sweatier, you can eliminate people while in shadow mode. This can only be done by doing the hand-forged emote while in shadow mode. If done right, you'll be able to use your pickaxe while invisible. But I'm sure Fortnite's going to patch this ASAP since it's most likely a bug not meant to be in the game. You also have the option to switch to the Demon Slayer mid-game no matter what pickaxe you're using if you do the hand-forged emote. I personally think Fortnite should release more emotes like this, maybe one to change your skin mid-game or gun wrap. I know almost everyone would be a fan of that. And you might have known about that, but I bet you didn't know that you're able to tame frogs now. Once you tame them, they'll literally attack and bite you if you don't subscribe to the channel, so subscribe! But seriously, I really don't know what they're useful for at the moment because all they do is hop around everywhere. Fortnite also added a few new bunkers around the map that are good landing spots, especially if you need an uncontested place to land while playing Arena. The first one can be found west of Weeping Woods near the tiny log cabin. The other one is a bit easier to find since all you have to do is go to the radio station and you're able to find it. But I also have a spot that's way better than those. Because if you land at the IO base behind Misty, that's near Camp Cod, it has everything anyone could ask for. Then you're guaranteed at least 2 good weapons since this location has 2 henchmen chests that spawn there every game. And I already know a tryhard is going to claim this spot in Arena. But what makes it even better is Blevin being located near it. If you didn't get any shield there, you could just launch over to the blue cube that's near Camp Cod. And this is the cube that gives you full shield in legit 3 to 5 seconds. And so far, it seems like this spot has no competition if you ask me. Then since we're talking about the cubes, you might not know that you can chill and hide on top of Kevin, which is pretty cool. Because if you build on top of it, then break your floor, you can sit up there without it bouncing you all over the map. And I know I wouldn't be expecting anyone to shoot me from up there. And whenever they release the Kevin the Cube skin, I think they should make him an NPC. But you also might want to make sure you get your free rewards from the NPCs since it's still nearly impossible to get a lot of gold. Then wherever you have to buy something with gold, it's so expensive. So hashtag make the prices cheaper, Fortnite. Then if you're one of the players who wants to be 2 steps ahead, the NPC at Boney Burbs reveals the next storm circle for 170 gold. That might be useful in Arena at times, but I really don't think it's actually worth that much in a public match since it's not hard rotating to the next zone unless you're getting griefed by one of those annoying storm campers. But suppose you're by a part of the mothership. In that case, you could just use a Shadow Stone and the Bouncer to rotate around the map because this straight up yeets you across the map if done right. Then even if you do mess up, you could keep boosting while you're in shadow form. And you're also able to get a mythic sideways minigun without fighting a boss. Although you might have to fight those annoying zombies. To do this, all you have to do is get a regular sideways minigun out of a chest in the sideways. Then upgrade it to mythic or craft it, whatever works best for you. But I think it's only worth it if you have one that's epic rarity or better. And I was wondering if I'm the only one who has problems finding specific game modes since Fortnite added the new interface. But a tip to fix that, if you are having trouble, is favoriting the main game modes you play and just going over to the My Library tab instead of the Discovery tab. Because searching for a good game mode in Discovery is like searching for a good book in the library. It's possible, but why do it? And before you go, click this video on your screen.